Thanks, Ray. Thanks for your time today.
Okay.
First question, how would you define the Amana Living brand?
So the Amana Living brand stands for living the second half of life. So basically it's about over 55s extracting the most from their life at every age and stage. That's what we're on about.
How has the Amana Living brand evolved over the last few years?
Yes, I guess we've been putting more of an emphasis on quality of life in recent times rather than the care end for older people. So it's really about people making the most of their lives, having fun in their lives and being active participants in life, if you like, rather than recipients of care and support.
And in that sense, how would you then differentiate yourself from some of the other players in the market?
Well, it's very difficult because there are a lot of similar organisations that do fairly similar traditional things. But I think in our case, we've deliberately tried to position ourselves as what I call the funky end of aged care. So we have a visual brand that's young and fresh, I hope, and also we're trying to say that we're on about people still having fun, still enjoying themselves, still taking things not too seriously. And I think we're trying to differentiate ourselves from others in that way by saying, you know, if you want to live life and you're an older person, come to us.
Do you still think there is a nursing home phobia or fear out there in the community?
I think there is. I think everybody, it's the place no one wants to end up. So it's a difficult business to be in when part of what you're selling is the thing that nobody wants.
Yeah.
That's always a challenge. But I think, you know, we're attempting to change that perception, and the truth of the matter is that the vast majority of people when they age and get older don't end up in a nursing home, and our job is to make sure that they don't and that they lead a very meaningful and enjoyable life as they get older.
And do you see your brand continuing to evolve over the next few years?
I think it will. I think it's about responding really to a changing generation of people. Obviously the baby boomers are moving through the system. They're only at the beginning now, but they are making decisions for their parents. So, you know, we need to be relevant to that group. And I think we'll keep emphasising the fact that we're there to help people live life. We want to be on about people planning a positive older life. And while we'll still be engaged in that process of looking after people who need it, there's a whole spectrum of later life to be led. People are living longer, and we want to be part of all of that, in a positive sense.
What are the challenges that you find in managing a brand or a culture as diverse as Amana Living?
Our greatest strength, you know, I know it's cliche, but it is our people, and they are fantastic, and they are really committed to older people. But I think they are so focused on the individual and the care and support they give that it's hard for them sometimes to tune into broader organisational messages, if you like, about what we're on about, how we're trying to do things. And of course we're a very dispersed organisation. We have lots of different sites and in different parts of WA. So getting that message consistently through the system about how we're trying to do things, how we're trying to provide a service and relevance to older people is not easy. And if anything, it's probably our greatest challenge.
What role does marketing play in an organisation like yours where clearly demand exceeds supply?
Well, it's not exactly true because there are different types of services that we offer, and in some cases, we are genuinely trying to persuade people to become our customers. But I think it's important in any business to take the view that customers have choice. And if you do that, therefore we have to provide what customers want, and we have to provide it better than other people. But there's no doubt that as the baby boomers come through, they will demand choice. They won't just accept services that we want to give them. And in any event, there will be legislative and social changes over the next few years that will make us more and more operating in a genuine marketplace. So, you know, we have to be able to sell on our quality and sell ourselves on our relevance.
And where's the growth going to come from?
Well, I mean, there's natural growth because people are living longer and there are going to be more older people. But I suppose the growth group is the baby boomer group. So, you know, if we're focusing on who are going to be our customers for the future, well, it's that very difficult group of people, the baby boomers, such as me, who are very demanding, and that's really our growth sector. They're only at the beginning of the process of coming through the system, but we're already training, if you like, because they are dealing with us in relation to their parents at the moment. So, you know, we need to focus on that group, what it is that they want. But the good news is, you know, I guess we have been thinking about that for some time, and we've been trying to make ourselves relevant. So I think they're on about living life, extracting the most from every age and stage. So I think that we will be relevant and have worked quite hard at that.
What impact does the changing media landscape have on your approach to communication?
Well, I mean, at one time I think people held the view that older people were scared of computers and the internet and weren't engaged, but we know that that's not true now. And as far as I know, the largest growth of users of internet-based services are older people. So they're definitely there and they're definitely using it. We have to learn ourselves how to use that better. It's not our natural mode of communication from the past. So we and other organisations like ourselves are upskilling ourselves in terms of social media, and we're really trying to play with it now and see how it can be a useful tool for communicating with that group.
What are the marketing challenges confronting Amana Living over the next 12 to 24 months?
Well, they're money and workforce, basically. We are a very poorly funded sector. Governments promise to improve things but continuously fail. And in Western Australia, obviously, we have very high cost structures that we have to deal with a very low funding base. That compounds itself in terms of the labour force problems in Western Australia. Obviously, we're competing with very high-paying sectors. So those are massive challenges that we've got to overcome. But we think we can do that partly by building a strong brand and making sure that people see us as the place of choice.
And does that reflect the challenges for the industry as a whole over the next 12 to 24 months in Western Australia?
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody in our sector's in the same boat. We would like to think we're a little further forward in terms of our appeal both to customers and workers. I think having a sort of fresh and younger image helps in terms of our potential appeal to customers, but very strongly in terms of workers.
Yep.
And we have pitched ourselves towards getting a younger group wanting to come and work in aged care, because it's actually good fun, and unfortunately people are scared of it. But that workforce challenge is one that is going to be really tough.
Thanks, Ray, that was great.